Guys, it's quite a special day. I've managed to make my way to Verano in Italy, and I visited the Dallara factory. And anyone who knows anything about cars or motorsport knows about Dallara and what they've achieved in the world of motorsport. But a few years ago, the company founder Gianpaolo Dallara decided that he was going to build himself a road car. Their company had taken decades of experience in the field and created this, which is called the Dallara Stradale. Dallara Stradale is quite an interesting car. It uses the company's extensive experience in composites and aerodynamics, and they've created what some may call a modern-day Lotus 7. It's pared back. It's absolutely lightweight. It's 850 odd kgs dry. It has a 2.3-liter four-cylinder turbocharged engine that makes 400 horsepower, 300 odd kilowatts, and 500 Newton meters. The base car is called a Barchetta. It doesn't have a windscreen, it doesn't have a roof, it doesn't have a wing. It's very, very simple. It's for top-down, high-speed motoring. The company founder wants to be able to drive the car from his home here in Verano down to the coast and enjoy a lovely drive along the coast and admire the car as it sat in the car park. As time progressed, I guess there was demand, and then the company added a windscreen and a no roof, so that you get a spider version. And then the doors were added, and then ultimately there were people who decided that they didn't want to drive their cars on the road, that they were going to drive them on track only, and this is an incredible basis for a track car. They've ended up creating the Dallara Stradale EXP. Dallara is quite well known for its advanced aero work, not only for itself, but for customers and race cars for years and years and years. And not only the aero, but the basics are pure race cars. Double wishbones, front and rear. The car has a limited slip diff. It also has a front diffuser, a flat underfloor, a rear diffuser, as well as a wing on the track versions. So in full downforce configuration, these will produce 820 kgs of downforce, which is almost equal to the mass of the car, if you think about it, which is pretty crazy for a road car. And on a road tire, which happens to be a Pirelli-sourced Trofeo R, Stradale and its lowest suspension setting will generate 2 Gs of lateral acceleration. That's on a road tire, it's not even on a slick. And that's pretty crazy. Okay, cool. Guys, I'm heading out with Antonio, the Dallara test driver, who's got his cool shades on, and we're heading out into this mountains and hills above Verano, but there's no door obviously, so you gotta shimmy yourself over this ledge. There's a little sign here that says step here and other leg, sort of race car style, and you slide in without kicking anything, and then you're in. Oh, and of course a couple of race harnesses for good measure. This is my first experience of any Dallara car. I've driven a Dallara track car before, and this is the company's first road car, so it's quite cool to be able to do it here at Verano and with the test driver, who I think is going to scare me a little bit. And I mean, already the car feels unsynthesized. You can hear the road below. It's got a nice turbocharged shove, which is pretty cool. Just looking at the steering, it's got race car style, all the controls. It's
like a Formula.
Like a Formula car, so it's got all the controls on the steering wheel. And it's very basic. There's no infotainment system.
This is infotainment.
There's the infotainment system just there. It's got air conditioning, thankfully. It's got some damper settings. It's got a data logger on the steering wheel, RPM, gear selection and road speed.
Temperature, pressure, turbo pressure.
Boost pressure, yeah. Boost pressure and oil and water temp.
First this.
Lap belts.
Yep.
Oh man, it feels just like a race car. It feels just like a race car. So the seat in this car does not adjust. The steering adjusts.
Position is okay?
Perfect,
okay.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm good. So I've got my brakes, full brakes. Okay, handbrake down. And we are heading out. These are some of the roads that Dallara uses. Oh man, this thing just generates so much natural grip. What are you doing? the speeds that you probably wouldn't do on an Italian narrow mountain pass. But the car is so responsive and so planted. It's just incredible. That second gear, oh man, wow! I'm going to be very gentle in the corners compared to my co-pilot here. And the directness, the steering is completely unassisted. So there's so much feedback coming through the wheel, and you can just feel it out. Like it's taking third gear, it's going very quickly. Yeah, throttle college, you need to slow down. I'm absolutely, wow, blown away by the way this thing. I mean, light cars just amplify acceleration, and this car is, oh my word, a little bit of oversteer, third gear, but the front end grip is just incredible. Wow, it's get it going, and that's back gear. It just flows and breathes with the road because it weighs so little. You don't have to, but I'm just going to shift down the gear every so often. Just to get, oh, you can hear the wastegate too. That's beautiful. It's a proper analog car. It's full of feedback and noise, and I mean you can hear everything in here. It's just, you can hear the brakes, you can hear the stones and the wheel arches. Wow, I'm not even revving it out to the red line. I can see the shift lights on the dashboard. The Stradale is fast. I mean, there's no doubt about that. It really shuts. I mean, this power on this mass is always going to feel big. But man, oh man, it's even more impressive. The way this car turns in, handles, is just, it's recalibrating the way I think about driving on the road. It's the front end, like nothing I've had before, is just so grippy that you have to trust when you turn it quick that it's going to bite. Then it just turns in, and then it bites, and then it goes, and it's, wow, and the view out the front window feels like an LMP racer. I haven't driven an LMP racer, but the way it just, it's got this glass house up front, and it's got these incredible side windows. I mean, I imagine driving one of these at any track would feel incredible. But wow, what a machine, what an absolute machine. I mean, you can feel that it's been honed and engineered by people who know race cars and know race engineering. I mean, it is an absolute driver's delight. Man, oh man, I would love to own one of these, a completely topless version to drive in SA. I drive everywhere with my helmet on. Wow, what a car, what an absolute car. It's just incredible. So I don't think it's much surprise that a company with as much motorsport legacy and knowledge would build a car that's this impressive. I haven't driven it very far. It's just a couple of kilometers outside of Verano, but you can tell it has been honed for these roads. The way it flows and breathes with the surface changes and the undulations, that there's a lot of suspension know-how and knowledge in the setup. It feels mightily quick. Absolutely, it is just that is without question. A 300 kilowatt car with 900 kgs to move is always going to feel quick. I mean, you just think about some of the hot hatches on the market today that make that kind of power but weigh 1600 kgs. It absolutely shunts. I can see why people want just track versions of this car, because a lot of guys have a road version, a Stradale, and then go out and buy an EXP, which is track only, and I can see why, because it's a phenomenal road car. But what a machine, what an absolute machine. It's just, everything about it is right. If you love driving, this is, I can't think of many, sort of a KTM crossbow kind of competitor. There isn't much out there that will probably deliver the thrills that this gives you. It's not going horrendously fast. Doesn't have a V12 twin turbo back there, or a V8 hybrid or anything of the sort. But it's made for driving. It's raw. It's unsynthesized. You hear the road. You hear the motor. Every gear shift is a real punch in the kidneys. It's as a birthday present to himself. I think Gianpaolo Dallara's company has done really well, and it's just yeah. I get the hype now. I get the hype. It's quite something.